Oh, hi there. Welcome to the Freedom Alternative. Gems, it seems that Sweden has solved all of its problems. There is no more corruption, no more censorship of politically incorrect opinions, no more misandry, and no more decline of the standard of living in Sweden. All of that is now gone thanks to the Riksförbundet för sexuell upplysning, or the Swedish Association for Sexual Education, or something like that, which has now solved the underlying and pressing problem that the Swedish culture was facing, coming up with a word for female masturbation. Now, if Tumblr was a country, then that would be Sweden, undoubtedly. I mean, seriously, that was the biggest problem, not having a word for female masturbation. So, the local Sweden titles Swedish women get new word for solo sex act. After months of stimulating debate in Sweden, a gender equality group has voted on a new word for female masturbation, which it now wants to enter the Swedish dictionary. Members of the Swedish Association for Sexuality Equality, RFSU, now it's not really sexuality equality, it's sexuality education. What the fuck? I mean, doesn't the local Sweden has a Swedish speaker in their newsroom? Anyway, so members of RFSU selected klittra from a short list of words put together after launching a national competition last year. The group said it wanted to encourage a single nationally recognized word for the activity after noting the absence of such a term in Swedish, while there are numerous words that directly refer to men having solo sex. Now, that's what you call jerking off, having solo sex? Anyway, news of the planned contest went global when it was first launched in November 2014, and the organization received more than 1,200 emails, comments, postcards and letters, and around 200 unique word suggestions. It later published a short list of 40 words for the public to vote on, with klittra proving the most successful and pulla and runka the next popular alternatives. I'll stop right there. Pulla and runka as the next popular alternatives. Now, Norwegians and Romanians watching this are probably laughing too, since pulle in Norwegian and pulla in Romanian mean dick, and also o pulle in Norwegian means to fuck. So the Swedish fembots were quite close to promote a word for female masturbation that was essentially a word referring to male sexuality. Now, I gotta be honest, I feel very sorry that pulla didn't come out as the winner. Now, that would have been neat. Also, runka is the word used now. What's so wrong about it? I mean, it applied to both sexes and served the Swedish language for a long period of time. What's so wrong with it? But you know, it's an old word. And, well, if it's old, then it has to be changed, because we need progress. Everything in Sweden is about progress. Anyway, going back to the article. The RFSU final decision to promote the word klittra was reached following a poll at the RFSU conference in Västerås, northeast of Stockholm, over the weekend, and gained prominence in the Swedish media on Wednesday. Historically, women's sexuality, and not least female masturbation, has been a taboo, the RFSU said in a statement. Women are not expected to have desires and be turned on in the same way as men, which is reflected in the lack of words for masturbation, it added. But is the taboo point really true? I mean, does anyone in Sweden really gives a damn if women masturbate or not? I mean, other than the hordes of hardcore Muslims, which Sweden keeps on importing. I mean, who gives a damn? Also, no matter how much nonsense RFSU spouts, women are turned on in a different way than men. Women react to emotional stimuli and men react to visual stimuli. There's no way to work around that. It's how this sexually dimorphic species works. Now, sure, there are exceptions, but there's a reason why they're called exceptions. Most women and most men, anywhere on the planet really, get turned on following this rule. Yes, women are not expected to have desires and be turned on in the same way as men, but that's because women are not men, you pretentious fools. Also, as a speaker of multiple languages, including Swedish, I'm quite appalled at the stupidity emanating from the cathedral media in Sweden. This proposal should have just been plain ignored. Languages tend to evolve naturally over time and slowly, and not by edicts and top-down command and control dictates from the ivory tower of the politically correct pricks. Now, this is also not the first time when the Swedish collectivists, particularly feminists, mess around with the language. RFSU, alongside with other even more dangerous bigots, were also behind the promoting of the word hen, which is supposed to mean both he and she, similar to the third-person pronoun ö in Hungarian. Also, in Sweden, it is impolite to call immigrants with the proper Swedish words, that is invandrare. I guess because it sounds too much like invaders, which they really are, to be fair, but being fair is un-PC in Sweden. So one needs to call immigrants nysvenskar, new Swedes. And this word is supposedly applied including to those that have not acquired citizenship or even are there illegally. Now, it's laughable to see on the Swedish television a report about new svenskar who, when they're interviewed, they speak anything but Swedish. I mean, they usually speak Arabic, which I guess is now an official language. I'm sorry, but this is just bollocks. This doublespeak is so easy to see through that even a 5-year-old notices it. But don't worry, the Swedish state now takes care of that too, and makes sure to put your kid by force through government indoctrination from the age of 3. And also, by the way, homeschooling is now a felony. Welcome to Sweden. And with that being said, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and to keep these videos coming, consider to support this channel too. Thanks for watching.